gotten into this territory, but what would it mean to you both to cooperate with your aging versus, I mean, you kind of joking, rather than pushing away, what does cooperating with aging look like for you?
Well, I think I do. I mean, you mean as far as, I just take it as it comes, you know. Hey, I have a lot of friends who have been deceased for 20, 25 years. They didn't get to see 72, you know. So I take it as it comes, and I just deal with it. Does that answer your question?
It is, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I think earlier you also said you really pay attention. If you look at your pictures, when you're in a different stage, and to me that's an example of cooperating with. You're not in denial.
No, not in denial. No, I've been out of that for about 20 years now.
At this stage in your life, and sometimes these questions bleed together, so if you feel like you've already addressed this, pass. But what are you most passionate about? If you were to say, what I'm most passionate, in other words, how do you define kind of your sense of life purpose? We spiritually, we believe we come in with a charism, to use a Christian word, that God has given us these gifts and passions to use in the short time that we're here. Just talk about how you want to spend your life energy that you have left around your charism or your life's gifts and passions. And we're not talking about necessarily a job, but just how do you want to use your energies?
Well, my life is just Barbara and my grandbaby.
Mm-hmm.
I try to keep them pleased. I do anything that they want to do mostly. Now, I do have kids, but all my kids are grown, so they are on their own. Okay, but as far as that, I'm content being here. Maybe more than half of the day by myself, but then when she come home in the evening, if she want to go someplace, I'm willing to do that. Whatever, So I would just say her and Kennedy. That's about my hope and joy right now.
Thank you. Yeah.
I had a Sunday school teacher when I was 7 or 8 years old, Mrs. B.M. Johnson, who made up her own parables. And this one I will never forget. She said, children, every now and then God sends Jesus to earth to just check on you. But I've got to warn you, when Jesus comes to earth, he will probably not wear a robe and sandals. And he probably won't wear a minister's robe, or a suit and tie for that matter. She said Jesus might be a little bit dirty. He may be just a little bit in the way. He may be somebody who kind of gets on your nerves. He may even plant a little alcohol in his breath. But you be careful how you treat people, because you never know which one of those people is Jesus. I took her for her word. And all I know is that I live among thousands and millions of Jesuses. And my hope and my purpose is that I approach them and that I honor them as if they are the only Jesus. And that I not judge people, which is something I really, really have to work on. Tell you a really quick story. I'll do it as fast as I can. I'm in traffic. We'd had a downpour, summer shower, downpour, water everywhere. I'm 3 or 4 cars from a traffic light, a 4-lane road with a median. I'm stopped here. There's a car in front of me, 1 car length above in the left lane. Somebody gets out of the passenger door on the driver's side, steps out of the car, walks towards my car, passes the car to my left, passes me, and I'm creating all kinds of scenarios about who this is and why she can't even wait to get driven across the street before whatever happens. And I mean, making ugly judgments about this woman. She bends down and I can barely see the top of her head. And when she stands again, she steps up on the curb and she walks across a little bit of grass and across the sidewalk. And there's a little hill. And she bent over and she put a baby turtle down. I don't need to say anymore. Put me in my place. Reminded me. Stop doing that. Stop inferring things. Stop making up stories when you don't know the truth. Accept people for who they are, where they are right now, and be gentle with them. And say things to them that are encouraging and may help them make their next step. Because if I'm Miss Hoity-Toity, mayor, lawyer kind of person, I'm no good to anybody. But if I'm Barbara, who can't figure out how all this happened for me, but is convinced that if it happened to me, it could happen to anybody, then I can be of some value.